I wanna be rich.
Karibuni to the Tume Ota podcast. Guess what? We are on double digits as we talk. Yani, who would have thought? As you can see, we have a new face. We will introduce her later.
If you're listening, you'll hear her later.
Or you'll hear her later. I always forget. Thanks, Amira. And you're with me, Pauline, your indecisive saver.
And Amira, your favorite impulsive spender. And Abby, we still miss you. She's on her way back soon. And this is the Tume Ota podcast because indeed, Tume Ota lakini tunamoka. Ding, 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 ding. So, Pauline, take it away. I know we are in much better spirits. I know last episode there was a lot of tears. I'm a thug, so I held it down. I didn't cry, but this one will be more on the happier side. So yeah, take it away, Pauline.
So our guest today is someone who people say we look alike, but we don't think we do. If you figured it out by now, this is my sister, my younger sister.
Roommate.
Ta-da! Her name
But who is the more mature one? That's the bigger question. I'll let you guys decide.
I'm the older one. She's the younger one. In case the maths didn't add up. So, Taji, introduce.
Yeah, introduce yourself. What's your name? What do you do? Favorite color, favorite ice cream flavor, I don't know.
What? Okay.
Favorite musician.
So my name is Grace Wangari. People call me Wangari. Okay, people call me different things. A student in Strathmore University. I'm studying international relations. I like FKJ. I like his music. Yeah.
Favorite ice cream color.
What? I like vanilla.
Team vanilla.
Yeah, I like vanilla. Is that
You're a naturalista. You've also forgot to add.
Oh yeah, I'm a naturalista. Yeah.
Skin always popping, hair always popping.
I really miss. Nothing deep, just a remiss. And we leave.
So in typical Tume Ota fashion,
when we have a guest,
Tume jam. And the guest is the one who jams.
Oh, okay.
We'll help her in on the jam. We'll add to the jamming, but she'll jam.
Yeah.
So what are you mad about, sis?
I need some extraness. I need you guys to spice it
Amira
up.
will do this. Amira's got you.
So in 2019, actually I think it was 2019.
Yani you may hold grudge.
Kwa sababu bado they're still not done.
Irreconcilable differences.
So I traveled to South Africa for camp, swamp camp. It's a church thing. And then when I was traveling, the airlines lost my bag. So thing is, I've been.
Which airline? Let's call them out.
So Ethiopian Airlines, Malawian Airlines, because they were like working together. And I've been emailing them ever since, but I've never been reimbursed until today. And I keep emailing them the communication. And the communication is just so it's trash, honestly. I email them once, they take so long to respond. I have to go to their offices.
So they found your bag today.
They did. Actually, that time when I was going when I was at OR Tambo Airport, I'm going to ask them about my bag, and they're like, "Oh, so your bag is OR Tambo."
That's for which country?
South Africa.
Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Tuition fee.
Clearly.
So I'm going to ask them where my bag is, and they're like, so your bag is in Burkina Faso. I'm like, that's weird.
What?
South Africa is all the way down there. Burkina Faso is all the way in West Africa. How is that even possible? Anyway, but the main thing is I was never reimbursed. And even when I was in South Africa, I wasn't treated very well because you can imagine you've just traveled to a new place and you don't have anything. You see the way they're supposed to give you an allowance. To just get things you need. I never got that. I actually relied on people because it was a church thing.
Because they messed up. They should have given you some.
To buy some clothes.
When I'm there, I was not given anything.
Did they even say sorry?
They didn't. I was treated so badly, and the fact that I've not been reimbursed to date.
till today now.
Yeah.
So did they reimburse you? Like, you know, like how, for example, when people are in prison, then they come out and let's say they're innocent. They give you money, and sometimes it's like they calculate based on the number of years you spent, like, that you weren't supposed to spend. So it's like by like 7. Did they reimburse you for all those
she was
days?
never reimbursed for them.
For the things that she lost. Anything.
So what did they reimburse you like with money?
Nothing.
They've
She's
not
never
paid
received
me
anything.
Why do you say till today?
Like, they're not even paying me with good
Like, I mean, up to
communication.
today, she's never gotten anything
I thought you
from
said
them.
they've never reimbursed me till today. Like today is the day they decided to reimburse me.
No.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Leo,
Then
as
I'm
we
mad
speak,
again. Yeah,
they've
that's why I was like, oh yeah. That's why I said, oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, she said till today, so it's like today they decided to reimburse her.
No, they've
also they
never.
didn't reimburse you.
No.
Oh, it's up.
So they've never paid
You're
me, and they're
cancelled.
not treating me well. Like, at least if you know you're treating me badly, just communicate. You know, okay, like, okay,
Like
don't
you
not
actually
treat me
emailed
badly
them
at
back and
all.
forth and nothing.
Yeah,
Have you tried to call the
nothing.
office?
Yeah,
Hiya.
we even gone
I
there.
even
Let's
go
try call the
there.
office right now.
Yeah.
On air. Let's call them on air.
Um,
Ethiopian Airlines.
Can you
Don't
talk
play
about
with
something
us.
else? Can you talk about something else as we look for the number?
Anyway, that's really unfortunate, and I think one of the things that we've kept on saying with Pauline and Abi is businesses underestimate how customer service goes a long way. Even if they never reimbursed you, but they were communicating with you, talking to you, letting you know, like saying sorry. That goes a long way. But now you've probably lost you as a customer and maybe your family members because they were also put off by the experience.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize, like, I may be one person, I may not be an influencer or a celebrity, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be treated like a person and a paying customer, because I am.
yeah, that's true.
That's very, and you know, also Christmas, just because I'm sure that's peak time, everyone is flying, so maybe they felt like actually just one person. We have money elsewhere, but still, that's wrong.
It's pretty frustrating, honestly. Like, even
And your bag had so many things.
yeah, it did. And you know, it's not even just about like the money,
I
like
can't
the
find the number,
sentimental
Amira.
values
It's okay.
that you
We'll
have.
call them. We'll call them. I can't find
You,
it.
you should just say Ethiopian Airlines on Google, then you can press the call
Yeah.
button.
I can't
But you know,
find
like,
it.
I'm frequently in
I'm
the
there. I've
offices.
tried like 3.
And Malawian?
I'm actually communicating with Ethiopian Airlines because
Yeah,
Malawian
we've
Airlines is
It's very small.
The ghetto.
Malawian
Ethiopian
Airlines.
Airlines, if you're seeing this, if Malawian Airlines, if you're seeing this, what you're doing is wrong to our sister. If you know somebody who works at Ethiopian or Malawian Airlines, please get her issue resolved. We will be very grateful, but this is unacceptable. I had a similar situation when I was leaving Ghana from my mountain road with my dad. I've never missed a flight. We hadn't missed the flight, but it was so full. I think they double booked us. They put us in a hotel and they gave us money. That was KQ, I think. Was it KQ? Yeah, it was KQ. So they're supposed, if the airline messes up, the technical procedures are supposed to whatever use. So they changed our flight and gave us money on top of if we wanted to, for the next 6 months if we wanted to fly, like $400 or something like that. So it wasn't. I mean, missing a flight is not ideal. Losing a bag, I've lost a bag before. It's not fun. That happened to me when we were in Kalangala.
Really?
Yeah, Mama B had to bring it the next day. You know, the ferry only comes once to the island. Yeah, I had to borrow clothes. It was bad. Clothes that didn't fit me and looked inappropriate. But hey,
This podcast is
So,
interesting. You guys know Mama Abi.
So, Abigail's mom. So, yeah, but that sucks. Ethiopian Airlines.
Style up.
Style up. Yani, hey, and it's just hitting me like almost 2 years and they've not resolved
2
it.
years. It's so frustrating, like back and forth.
We'll get. Trust me, now that it's on my attention, we'll get to the bottom of it. Justice will be served on a silver platter.
Amira
Served on
is
a
going to
silver
make
platter. We don't play. We don't
Top tier
play.
treatment for
We
your
don't
hair.
play.
Love it. Love it. Be a guest here. Highly recommend.
Yeah. So yeah, we are jamming. We've jammed.
Yeah.
So there's so many things we could jam about. I could jam about. Pauline could jam about. But for the purposes of giving the guest her space, we're not gonna jam today. Anyway, Abi is still not here, as you can see. We miss her dearly, but she will be back in the next episode. If you get this episode to 5 million views.
And we'll have a new friend.
Get this episode to 5 million views. No, I'm kidding.
We'll have a new friend called Crutchy Crutch.
Yeah, you'll see that on the next episode. But she's not here. We miss her, and you have some big shoes to fill. I hope you know. But no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. But we miss her dearly. As you know, we started an mchanga for her, so you can donate. Thank you to all that have donated so far. The details will be on the screen, in the descriptions, everywhere. We'll keep posting. Thank you for all the support so far. She's getting better. She's healing. The healing journey, if you've ever been through an injury, you know healing is not linear. It has its ups and its downs. So we're still holding her hand. We're still with her. We still miss her. And she misses you guys right back. So we're gonna get right into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. As you know, our beloved guest said she's a student, and we realized of all the episodes, we've not really done anything that caters to the young audience. Most people are above 20, some are in their 30s, catering to people who are like working, the people who are like our age. But we've also not catered to the fact that a lot of people in Kenya and in Africa and in the world are in school, and are in school during a pandemic, and that must be something. So me and Pauline are old heads. I'm not in school, she's not in school, so we are almost, not that we don't have the credibility to speak on such a topic, but we needed to bring someone who is living this out. So Grace, yes, you said that you're studying international relations. Is that your passion? Like, what did you choose that topic? What year are you in? Like, why IR? Where do you go to school? You know.
As I said, I'm in Strathmore. I'm in my third year, 3.2. Is that oddly specific?
Yeah, okay. 3.2. So you have 0.8 years to go.
What?
That's oddly specific now.
Because she said it's 3.2. Like 3.2 plus 0.8 is 4. Duh.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like I'm basically in my last semester of my third year, so.
I get like third year, second sem.
George is dying.
Wait, third year, second sem.
Yeah, I've actually thought of it like 0.8.
No, I thought you meant 3.2, like 3.2 years.
So what does 0.8 symbolize for you? Like,
no,
when you add up, like when you add up, I know when you add up, but then like when you break it down,
that's why I thought you were doing. I was like, your math is on another level. You even know it's 3.2 years that you've done.
No.
Oh my god!
I think I've been telling people 3.2. I need to be telling them I'm in my second semester of my third year.
Because some of us clearly, you can tell some of us didn't finish college.
Yeah. So I'm studying IR, International Relations. In Strathmore, it's International Studies. And
sorry.
That is my
sorry.
Yeah, Strathmore is such a serious.
For those of you who are not in Kenya, Strathmore is like our, it's
like top tier.
They do things differently. If you eat with a spoon, they eat with a fork and spoon.
I'm not sure. It's different. It's just professional. It's not like that flamboyant. Okay, I don't think it is because they're like policies and all that.
People I know that have been there.
Am I those guys though?
Actually, in fact, you're so anti-Strathmore. You can under her. But she doesn't act Strathmore-ish.
Oh.
Okay, maybe I'm not with you every day, but I don't feel like it.
She doesn't, but
she doesn't, and she does. She's bougie.
I act like.
Let me kill what I wanted to say. Continue.
Okay,
like,
you know what?
People under like the Strathmore umbrella. No. I behave like me.
Huh?
Let's. What?
Okay. Have you ever been caught by those fashion police?
Yeah. One too many times. For some weird reasons, but it's okay. We keep learning. I feel like I've never learned like to date. I'm just like every day when I wake up, I'm like, is this stuff more appropriate? Like when I'm dressing up, I'm like, is it? I guess I'll find out at the gate. Like every single day, I've never gained that confidence.
Amira, you and I would never.
I could not survive.
Yeah.
But I think you just get used to it. Plus, it's not. I think people assume it's just like professional. Like you have to wear suits every day. Like you've seen me wearing palazzo pants as long as it's decent.
But I feel like in that sorry, we're going off topic, but I feel like that reasoning, not that it's bad, because everything is people are governed by different systems. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like it's almost telling people that you're destined for a quote-unquote office 9 to 5. Because in the real world, like for me, what if that's not my destiny? Not everyone. And by the way, sorry for those who will kill me if you're in a Fortune 500 and you're making millions, but corporate world is overrated. You can make good money and not be in a corporate world. So I feel like it's almost assuming that everyone who walks into those gates wants to end up in an office.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to end up like that?
Even the training
then don't go to Strathmore.
The training is pretty much like cut out for professional life.
Yeah, like they really. Anyway,
but I don't think fashion has to do with brains. It doesn't have to do with like now, so me, I'd go and I'd cover up my tattoos. Like, it doesn't have to do with
No,
intellect.
there's nothing about
No, but you get what I
it.
mean? As in, outfit, style. I really don't think that's style in this day and age. It's like how in America, just the other days when they said in, I think, California, that they won't judge you, like, based on something like having dreadlocks. That was a thing. Like, hair, fashion, that has nothing to do with intellect. Like, I can't see the day when I own a company and I'm not letting someone in those doors because of how they're dressed. Okay, don't come naked, but...
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I feel like those should not be factors. Gender, personal style.
Yeah, I get
those should not
it.
be factors that affect. I mean, if you're going to a courtroom, that's one thing. But if you're going to the doctors, there's some things that, okay, you have to be appropriate. But in the real sense, a suit and a tie does not mean, oh, that means you have you're more intellectual than the person in jeans. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, to cut the banter short, great.
I was about to tell you guys to get like a 2.0.
Why?
Like for this episode, because you were going like deep into it.
Hey, yeah, that's a whole other thing about
You
just
want
like
to
people
talk
express
about like
themselves
dress
and be
code,
themselves.
like dreadlocks and piercings. You can't talk about that like later.
Clearly, there's no, how many piercings are there between us? Goodness gracious. What? What? Hey. Just on one face alone, I'm seeing.
No,
I'm
it's
seeing
like 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's
7. It's
plus
seven
one,
piercings.
Seven.
Here, 8. No, you have 3.
Actually, don't feel
3
like
on this
that.
side, 2 on this side.
That's your nose one.
And my nose,
7. Me, I have 3, 6 plus 5, 4 tattoos going on my face.
Anyway,
Yay.
Grace.
Typical Generation Z.
How is it?
Typical
How is
rebel.
Oh my
You know,
god. Can we get to the topic,
Okay,
guys?
now we're getting to the topic.
How is it being a student in a pandemic?
To be honest, when this whole COVID thing was starting, I thought it was gonna last for like a month.
Yeah,
So-
I think everyone agreed. Everyone was like, this thing isn't gonna.
So I'm like, when COVID ends, so literally I took it as a holiday. You see how? No, honestly, you see how when you're like, when you have a holiday, you're like, let me sleep, cause when I go back to school, I'm gonna regret when I'm waking up early. I'm like, oh my god, why didn't I sleep enough when I was, like during my holiday? So
you
when
were like,
it
I'm from YOLO
started, I'm
time.
like, yeah, I mean, let me sleep all I want, let me binge watch all the series all I want, and then okay, this thing is actually not ending. Then you're like, I have to get busy, because honestly, you get so broke, and being broke is so sad. It's such a painful feeling. Like, you get so broke, and you're like, I can't even stand myself. So you're like, I have to get something to do. So I can't tell you that I got like that awakening, like in real time. I kind of took a while. I was like, I need to start doing something.
But how is it like being in terms of, because I keep saying I couldn't imagine being like a kid in primary school or just in school in a pandemic. So if you were to compare your uni experience like before lockdown and then after, like how has it been like learning? Is it like as interactive? Like, because like for me, I'm a visual learner and I love being able to see people, talk to people, engage. And now you're just on a screen. Okay. I know we're different in that way, but how has it been for you?
No, she's laughing because she's seen me attending my classes. Let me tell you, I'm having so much fun. Okay, I was right
Because
now.
you can switch off the video.
Yeah, sometimes. Okay, do lecturers watch your podcast?
If they do, hey, she's one of the best students.
Yeah, I am. But like, okay, of course, like I don't think everyone concentrates like 100% during online classes, because we're doing everything online, and I liked it because for me, I used to commute to school, and it was so tiring. Like the traffic up.
By the time you get there, you're so tired.
You're so tired, and then you spend like a whole day in school. You're coming back when you leave school at like 6. There's traffic coming back home again, and you still have, and Strathmore, like you have tons of work to do. So by the time you're getting home, you're so exhausted. But then with online, I'm like, I can take a nap in between my classes. Oh my god, who would have thought? Okay.
So it helps you be more productive. You feel like it helps you be more productive.
Yeah, because I'm well rested. Okay, sometimes.
But is the learning experience still the same, like quality wise? Like, do you feel like you're still getting the same?
Not quite. Not
it's
quite,
different.
honestly. Yeah, but then like. The only thing that's been simplified is just like I'm not feeling as tired as I was anymore, and I feel like it's easier to get things done. Yeah, because if you're going to school and you're constantly tired, I have a class at 8 tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm getting home at 8, and then you're a girl. You're like, okay, so I have to be like, okay, no, you just being responsibilities in the house in general. So there's so many things that you have to schedule for, and you have to get some time for schoolwork. It's like. Having online classes is basically like a break from that. But now I'm honestly kind of missing physical school.
Do you also do your exams online?
No. We did. The first semester we did our exams online, and then our last semester we did physical exams, which was awkward. Because then if you're learning online and your cards are online, they're basically open book. And open book exams are like,
so basically you don't have to have studied, you just see the question.
I think for open book exams you need to study.
The
contrary, you need to study, because the questions are more application based. Okay, not
or like an essay. Would it be like an essay or something?
If you're being taught theory and like in the exams, you basically have to apply it. Like if it's something about diplomacy or something, you don't talk about the stages rather, but you explain the stages using like an example about like something that happened.
Which is good. You're there testing your actual critical analysis skills. You can't just regurgitate the information.
So to some extent, you have to study more for open book, and as you have to go deeper, not just like read the basic things class. So the transition from just learning to apply and then going to school to, it's like testing your cramming. I find education so awkward, honestly, because it's like they're testing your ability to cram and
I don't believe in that personally. So because if that means the person who gets the A is just the one who was able to cram the most. So that's not mean you're smart. Because some people who understand the concept, but the exam just gives them anxiety. So they're not. So they fail not because they don't know what they're saying, but they freeze. Anxious, they're anxious. Maybe they're more of an oral learner. They like to speak their answers out rather than write. So I've always had a problem with education, which is a whole nother topic. Just doing a one-size-fits-all way of examining people with totally different personalities and totally different ways of learning. It's not fair. It's honestly not fair. And the only way they examine you if you're different is if you have like a learning disability. Which is not. I don't think you have to have a learning disability to have like different strengths and weaknesses. If that makes sense.
They basically need to like diversify the forms of evaluation.
Not
just like putting it on paper. It's not all that, because honestly cramming is like, I cram and I forget. Like, honestly, the things we were learning in high school, are they even helping us right now? They're just, so the
Let's not get there.
Let's not get. That's another Tume jam session. Yeah.
Education and the system is a whole segment.
Because 844 anyway. Let's just not talk
about
it.
Life as a student, before and after the pandemic, both have their pros and cons, as you've mentioned. I guess for an extrovert, probably they would have a different story to say about the life in the pandemic.
Definitely.
They would be so, I don't know. But, so you talked about being broke, being hard. So when you were in school, what was your means of, because obviously I'm sure you have lunch in school or what. I don't know how you were doing it. But people carry lunch. Okay, I don't know, but like when I was in uni, everything was charged. Like there's nothing that they give.
Also, you'd eat lunch, but it was.
Rarely would I eat, but if you're there, you go to the canteen. There's nothing. Is literally when you're paying fees, you're literally paying for the fees.
Everything else, the same here.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. When you do so, however you like, what would be like your means of income? Like I had pocket money and I was trying to save it for land, but backfired terribly. Pauline could tell you that story for another day. But how are you getting through? Stop laughing. How are you getting through? How are you getting by pre-pandemic, and then now in a pandemic you got broke, and then what did it like make you creative of how I can make money even though I'm at home? Like what was your making money scheme pre-pandemic and then now during this pandemic?
So pre-pandemic pre-pandemic I was
BP and AP.
Before
the pandemic and
after the pandemic. Basically I've been doing almost the same thing but like you see, pre-pandemic I had allowance. Like I was certain I'd get allowance, but then and I was trying to save. The word is trying to save. Keyword trying. And after the pandemic, because I said it's the same thing, I'm just gonna talk about what I've been doing. So I learned German in high school, and I advanced.
Wait, what's wrong?
I want to tell her hi in German. I used to know it. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
My accent is bad.
Amira. And I advanced it like.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want like a whole lesson?
No. Sorry.
And then I advanced it after high school. So I've basically been teaching kids I started teaching kids, like a group of kids. Then I slowly went online because, yeah, disappointments. Like starting,
Like they weren't paying.
yeah, like it was just when you're starting businesses. I think I got so discouraged, to be honest. To some, I had to take a break for such a long time. I'm like, is it even worth it if I'm not getting the encouragement that I need, because I'd have to go like back and forth with parents and all that. But then I just took it back to my management style and all that. So I kind of do more private tuitions now instead of teaching like a group of kids, so that it's easier to manage. You know, you can just be like, okay, if you're not paying me, I'm not coming anymore, and that's it. So yeah, I'm teaching kids German. And Spanish as well. I haven't started.
Hey, I also know Spanish. Hey, I'm also learning Spanish right now.
Amira, she has like a shameless self promo session.
What? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. It's not noches though.
What is it?
It's yes.
Oh, the one for nice to meet you. Oh, that's good night. What I just said.
Nice to meet you.
What did I say? Nice to meet you.
Gusto.
Oh yeah, mucho gusto. Yeah. Wow.
Shameless self promo. Yeah, so I just
really
started
cool.
teaching kids. Okay, I'm teaching like, I haven't taught like a kid Spanish, but I believe I can. Yeah, but I do mostly German private lessons.
That's really cool. They say language activates a different side of your brain, like in learning. It trains a whole different side. And I was gonna say, it's unfortunate, like listening to you saying how you are discouraged, it's unfortunate that sometimes the people who you're close to are the ones who take the most advantage.
Yeah.
Or don't even support or expect you to give the service for free. I don't think the same way you wouldn't I wouldn't tell you to go to date a boy who doesn't see your worth. I think the same comes with business. Don't be somebody who you have to convince of your worth. Or I should give you my $100 service for $0. Never.
Because up to now, I think the parents have never paid her. And that
in the name of, I've seen you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You've been growing up. Like so they feel this. You're talking to me as a business person.
Yeah.
We have no feelings when it comes to business. Like even with the podcast, there are some things where our feelings come into it, but there are times I'll set upon and be like, hey, we have to put the feelings first. Feelings have nothing to do with the agenda
business.
here. Because if we keep coming here with our tears, with our laughs, we get things confused, and it's very sad that I think that's one of the things as young people that's really hard is so many people, elders, feel entitled because maybe they saw you in diapers that, oh, you should do this for me pro bono. No sis, no auntie.
But you see, that's still that's the worst thing. They still expect her to like buy
Drop
snacks.
everything.
Yeah, buy snacks for the kids.
Eh?
Yes. Amira, they're small children.
At least at the minimum you should have food. At the minimum they should be the ones having the food. If they're not paying, that at least would be a barter. I come with the food, I pay for your transport, you bring the service. At the minimum.
But you're still paying for your transport.
Yeah, I'm still paying for my transport. Like it was a different kind of like lesson.
Did you manage to address it, or you just
I did. Their parents, I talked to their parents. I still text like
from
on
time.
the
Yeah,
daily.
time to time, but they still don't pay.
Hey, people have my money, but now.
Hey,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but
I feel like
it's so discouraging, honestly, when someone is trying to start like a business and then like the older people who are supposed to be mentoring you through the journey are not, you know.
After you ask for a discount, but just not paying at all, or assuming that one of the other things that I really feel like is disrespectful is if you know that this thing costs this much, and let's say something happens and you forget to remind them, so then they'll just go quiet because you went quiet. If you know you're supposed to pay someone, even if they don't say anything about it, take the initiative to ask them, okay, I've noticed you didn't remind me about the bill, how much? But to just go quiet because they went quiet makes you look shady.
Right.
And trust me, it's not right. Like me, there are people who, my money is in the streets, and I've forgiven them, but also I know there's some people I can never do just because of how you treated, even if it's 100 shillings. If you don't treat that 100 shillings with respect, we can't do business together. And we can be friends, we can see each other, but at a business, let's just preserve the friendship then.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Next question.
That's really cool though.
Yeah.
So would you that's because I think people usually think like young kids. I know Forex was something that was going crazy in the pandemic. That was going crazy. I can't really speak much on it because I don't know much about it. But I think people think, usually find a lot of young Kenyan kids' side hustle is selling clothes, What
Oh,
else?
she also tried
I know.
that.
I know. She
to
tried
do
that.
that.
They're selling clothes. There's what are the common side hustles that we hear of? Clothes is a big one.
Clothes is a big
Cooking,
one.
there's cooking as well.
Oh yeah. If you like baking,
baking.
during
There's
the pandemic,
cooking.
Yeah.
There's
really
cooking.
need-
There's baking. I think some people do hair. There are
Yeah,
those, and
hair.
that's great. But I think what I like yours because it's a bit unique. I would even just add if there's a kid who need math help, teach them math.
Yeah.
etc.
And there's an app you can sign up to for like, because I use Teacher On. It's called Teacher On, so you can just
You
like
put the details in there.
yeah, I might plug
Be
them,
plugging
really.
them. We need to
Yeah,
talk
I'm
to
just
them to
like
sponsor.
I'm just letting
yeah.
you know. so
No,
I can-
we're not yet sponsored. Teacher Art, you
Teacher
can.
On.
like for
Teacher
those
On.
we
That's
are coming for you. For those who'd want to like start, if you know someone specifically like a family friend, you can just like, oh, I can teach your child this specific subject, or you can get into apps like Teacher On.
And it doesn't have to be languages. It's just that languages is kind of kidogo. It's hard to get people who like are very Kenyans who are very conversant with, like, for example, German or Spanish. But if you feel like you're really good in Swahili or English, I can pay for Amira some Swahili lessons.
Yeah. Yay, Shangela
No, I can. If there's physical fitness, then I can also get a trainer. We train with Pauline. Come and train us, and you can help.
this shit.
But I wish my phone was on. We'd call my cousin Bradley. He's also in Strath, and when in the pandemic, he started just training his neighbors. He's very like fit, and he was a rugby player. He just started training his neighbors. Hey, come, I'll train you. So use your skill. And most people at least in our city, live in estates or live in apartments. So you have access to a number of people. Open your mouth, knock on doors, offer your service. You may be sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know.
This is me
Honestly.
looking for Bradley's number. Hey, I'm doing the most today.
You actually have it.
Yeah. Hey, don't joke with me. Do not.
She's actually going to call him because Bradley has.
He was supposed to be on this episode, by the way. He just couldn't make it. So let's see.
Let's see if you pick. I'm screaming. He usually picks. Our second episode where we've done a phone in.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Let's see if he picks. Bradley usually picks. Don't disappoint me, bro.
When you
Right.
need him the most.
I know. Pick up. Okay.
Wow, Brado.
Please don't.
Uh-oh.
And if he calls me in the middle, we can't pick it anyway. Hiya. Okay, he's refused. Let's see. Yeah, he's picked.
Brado. Hello.
Hello.
We're on the podcast. We're live.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. We're talking about like how it's been for students in the pandemic, and we're here with Pauline's sister, and she was just saying how one of the side hustles she picked up was like teaching kids German. And I was just saying how like in the pandemic you also like you were doing forex, you were like training people. So do you have like any tips of like how to figure out how to like make money like as a student like in the pandemic and to like use your skills?
Oh, for sure. Oh, well, maybe I can start by maybe explaining what I was doing. So when the pandemic hit, as you can remember, we were together the following week, literally your birthday, and we were all trying to do many things, and because of the pandemic, and we also kind of broke up a moment.
Kinda. Very.
You know, and I used to get like pocket money from my folks here, especially towards school. And now that schools are closed, we were at home, I had to find a way to still keep my life going.
Yeah.
And being an athlete, I always had that idea or that dream of sharing my skills and talent with people, because I really like to share. And that's how the whole idea of training, I started training with my neighbor, and my neighbor was like, you can actually be charging guys off this. And within 1 week, I started training guys in the estate, and slowly I started making my money from it. At the
Nice.
same time, you're not training the whole day. I always wanted to do forex trading. Yeah, so I took that lockdown as an opportunity to teach myself, because I wasn't really taught. I taught myself how to trade. And it took me about 2 months before I really understood it, and practicing on like a demo account, then now I'm trading on a live account. It has its ups and downs for sure, but it always gets better with time, provided you put in the work, so that's what I've been up to. And for guys who are in lockdown, what I can say, the best thing you can do during this period is to really reflect on the life that you're living and the life that you want to live and the things that you're passionate about. Now, if you're passionate about something, I'm positive that you can find a way to earn from it without actually feeling like you're being stressed to do something. And through that, you will slowly figure out something, and definitely putting God first.
Hey, we stand.
Hey, you are podcast ready.
Hey.
You are so podcast ready.
You need to come and do an episode about Forex.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of eating a T-bone steak with my sisters. I've just left me here, but yeah.
Hey, you have to even say T-bone. We are sorry.
Ciao, brother. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's solid.
You're actually kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, I think we didn't want to lengthen it. So now we'll give Grace the opportunity to ask us 3 questions.
She's usually, I'll say Grace, I know we shouted out people who are not supportive, but Grace is one of those people who will always repost, always comment, always encourage, always. And I don't think she's doing that just because you're her sister. I'd like to believe that. Yeah. I think that has something to do with it, but she's genuinely supportive. She'll be on our live, even if it has 1 viewer, she'll be there. She's that person. So, you deserve to ask us anything, girl. Anything.
All your dirty secrets now.
Yeah, I'm missing our secrets, but
really, okay,
Baby Hannah.
for real? Yeah, but you're probably too.
You're so open.
You're too open, to have any secrets. Okay, so what is one thing that you lie about the most about yourself?
Lie.
Like danganya.
Yeah.
I lie when I talk about myself. I lie about.
Amira.
Do I lie about
That's
myself? Goodness. I only maybe lie when I'm caught in 4K. When I'm caught in 4K by my family members for theft of their belongings.
What do you mean by theft?
When you take their things,
when I take their things and then I do it in such a way that I'm asked and I'm like, no, I play down. I play down, but I guess that's the only thing. But about me as a person, it's really what you see is what you get. But that's maybe the thing is I'll and then the biggest thing, God forgive me. So now we're not in church, so we have communion juice.
I know this.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm always told not to steal communion juice, but I don't believe that it's on the packet. It says pick and peel with grape juice. It doesn't say communion. It just so happens that people are buying it for communion. So I've been told the other time it was even hidden in the house so that I don't take it. But today I drank one yesterday, so I still
even me, my head, I'm it's not wine. It's not
it doesn't say communion. It just pick and peel grape.
I know. I'm telling my family the same thing.
It's only communion if you choose for it to be communion juice. But it's
all in your head.
I'm told I'm evil. How can you? How dare you? How can you? It's sick. I'm like,
it's prayed for though.
When she says it, I didn't realize it was that ugly of a behavior until she said it. Because I also do it. And in my head, I'm like, it's only sacred when it's there and you've prayed for it before you. So if it's in the can, it's
and
just,
then I'm thirsty.
It's just juice.
It's not juice. It's just calling my name.
I can't believe it, guys.
But it's actually true. When someone else says what you do, you find it so.
Yeah.
I might stop. So help me God. But then,
I don't think I lie about anything about myself. I don't know if that English makes sense. But I don't know if it's lying, but I enjoy being vague. I know I was telling Amira that I enjoy not
giving full details.
Yeah, not giving my full details. So I'll give you half. I'll give you what you want to know, and unlike Amira, not tell you anything else other than that. So what I've told you is what you know about me. the rest of the things, I don't know where you got it from, but you probably didn't hear from me.
Mystery is your superpower.
Yes.
I'm also mysterious.
No. But mysterious can be relative. There's probably different types of mysterious.
Yeah. Like I think when the one thing I'm very mysterious about is business.
Yeah.
Like
True.
you like the podcast, nobody knew. Like even my friends didn't know till the launch, like the week before or something.
Oh, we really tried to.
I'm
like,
very.
keep it, yeah.
I don't want to say I'm secretive, but I prefer to just execute and not talk. Talk about me all day and my life and my issues and my problematic self. Oh, we can do that all day.
Yeah.
But talk about money stuff and business, I leave that to the man upstairs to decide. Yeah.
Do you think that people fall in love because they found the right person, or because it's the right time, and why?
Well, actually, what? Hey, okay, let Pauline start.
No!
What?
I actually had a feeling she'd throw it to you.
I know.
Why do people fall in love because of what?
They met the right
because
person.
they met the right person, or it's the right time, and why?
Okay, I have my answer.
You guys said you wanted me to ask you questions.
Yeah.
I needed to see you guys like,
Well, I think it's more about. Okay, I don't want to say the right person because the right person might end up being the wrong person, and you still fall in love with them.
There's no right way to answer this question.
Yeah, there's no right way to answer this question because I was like, you would have met someone like when you're in high school, like when you're 15 years, and you genuinely love this person, but it's not the right time to be in love when you're that young.
yeah.
I think if you fall in love, you fall in love. Ilikuwa doing your God. It was God's doing. I don't know how to answer it because it varies. But I think it's more about the right person. The time really
also
doesn't
think it's
matter.
about the right
I'm leaning more towards the right person. I don't think the time really matters. But it does though.
I mean, this is my answer. Falling, no one plans to fall.
Why would you even fall? Why would you even plan to fall?
Falling is okay. One time when I assumed I was in love, I don't know if it was. God will reveal to me if it was or wasn't because I was very young. I don't think someone wakes up and it's first of all it's not planned.
Yeah, it's not.
So I don't even know if it's right time. It's maybe God's time. I don't know if it's right because I don't think anyone wakes up and especially if it's like the one. I'm not married yet, so I don't know. But especially I don't think it happens. From all the stories I've heard, it doesn't happen on purpose most of the time. So yeah, but what do I think is more likely? Right person or right time? Right is relative, honestly, and you can fall in love with anything. You can fall in love with anything. Let's just be honest. Like you don't fall in love with somebody because they're so amazing, or because you just fall in love with them for whatever reason you fell in love with them. So I think for me it's a case by case, but I just feel like falling is never planned. It's never planned. I don't think there's anyone I know who's like I planned to fall. So in terms of timing,
organized.
maybe the question more maybe should be if the relationship succeeds. I feel like when successful relationships is more on timing because sometimes you met the right person maybe,
At the right time.
but it was at the wrong time. You were too young.
Yeah.
So the relationship surviving, I feel like it has more to do with timing than the actual person. Personally.
Podcast 2.0.
Yeah.
But we are not relationship gurus. Before you come for us, please. That's just an opinion.
So the final question: what do you collect the most and why? What do you like collecting? Like
Goodness gracious.
mugs. Like you see how people collect mugs. People collect
This is sad, but
like
mine is
jars.
food. I just like to eat out. I'll eat out. Like I don't think that there's anything I collect or keep. Actually, no. I lie. I love accessories. I don't collect them because before I know it, I've spent the money on food.
Hence,
But
impulsive spending.
I love I feel like earrings, rings. They can make an outfit different. I love collect, and I don't like shopping like for clothes, but I find shopping for accessories way easier, way less stressful. So I would say for me, for sure, it would be if there's anything I collect accessories and maybe bags. But yeah. But mostly I collect memories and pictures and videos.
Oh yeah.
I have so many, 48,000 in country.
True.
Yeah.
Same WhatsApp group.
Memories are for life. Hiya.
Same with, I never
When the time
take
comes, I
pictures.
don't want you to have
Like,
only
you
one
just-
photo
I
that you can
know.
put up for me in my memorial book.
Like when you're like
I'll
80,
give you
you
a
need to see your
variety,
pictures and you're
okay.
like, oh, I was actually bad.
Yes.
You know what?
Every memory counts. I beg.
I'm wondering, is it? I really like buying sandals.
Yeah.
I
What do
actually
you do?
wanted to help
You
you.
buy
answer. I was
shoes.
like, why are you taking
Yeah.
so long to think? Oh,
It's either sandals or notebooks.
In fact, I really want you to help me to go shopping for shoes. I don't. I'm like,
Yeah, I love it. I enjoy buying shoes. I think that would be when I omoka. Hey, that will be my biggest struggle.
Yeah,
like just buying shoes, especially sandals. Like I can wear sandals every day. I just like the comfort. I like how my two small toenails look. My sandals. Yeah.
with like a white
Size
polish.
With my white polish, with my size 3 foot.
have you seen that meme for waiting the shop attendant to get my shoe in size 3?
That's me.
That's me.
That's me. Yeah, so yeah, it's sandals more than notebooks, but I also really like notebooks. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not a hoarder, by the way, so I don't keep much.
I'm a holder.
Minimalist.
Oh, God.
Growing minimalist, like progressive minimalist.
I'm not laughing. The other time I was bashed, so I won't laugh.
Yeah, that's really cool. What do you like collecting?
Jars. Mugs. I'd collect mugs if I had so much money.
I can say for you,
Yeah.
stationery.
Stationery. Oh.
Stationery is a love language for me.
Yeah.
I love
Like I'd buy
Pens,
scented erasers, I'd
scented
buy
erasers,
highlighters
yeah.
in different colors, sticky notes in like different letters
Like
and
when
colors.
it's a new year, I have to start with a new notebook. I'm those people. Or like when my
Yeah.
I love. Even going to school, that was one of my favorite things. Getting a new pencil case, getting new pens.
Same. Like
They
different
inspire
kinds of
me.
pencils.
Yeah.
They
I just want
inspire
to
me.
see them like, you know, even when you're writing your notes, you're like, okay, I have so much like to read now that I've
Yeah.
colored my
Highlight.
highlighted,
Hey, man.
you know. Yeah, and clothes.
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
clothes.
wait, yeah, for sure.
Grace, any that you want to give away, I can take some.
Yeah,
Just go.
I mean,
Shopping for Grace is therapeutic, by the way.
like actually leave the house and I
She just
go to
goes
Tinder and
to
come back.
Tinder and
Look for clothes that are like,
10 bob.
stop
50
saying
bob.
I have a business.
Sorry. Oh,
I get
I'm injuring the business. Sorry.
Get close
No,
to
that's
Grace. She's the
sabotage.
plug.
Na sabotage biashara.
That's so interesting. So you just relieve, you shop, you just relieve, what do you do?
Sleep.
You just relieve, I ride board, I go on borders. I mean, my head clears. I can go on a border for like, one of my goals is to go inter-county on a border before the year ends.
But life actually hits different on Abuja, like
Yeah.
especially if the road is clear and you have like.
I also like I like
so
like I don't like hot spaces. Like I don't like feeling hot. So I also really enjoy the wind.
Yeah,
Like anywhere that
If
there
you
is
have
breeze.
music, oh my
I
God.
know. It's so
Yeah.
different.
Today. Anyway. I think we're done.
We are actually done. The
Yeah.
only thing is that you have to give our audience a challenge. For this one is make it student friendly. Just
yeah.
so a tip you'd give for students, a Tume ota tip. A student who's trying to omoka, is there any tip you'd give them
Or a challenge.
based on what we discussed?
Oh, I like a tip or a challenge.
Yeah, anything.
So wait, your challenges are usually like
For example, our last challenge, like with I think with let me think of. Now you're testing to see if I watch this
The
episode.
birthday one was that. What was the birthday one?
The birthday one was to have real friends around
Oh.
you. Blah, blah, blah. But like for example, like Tume ota challenge, there's one we've done where it's like do your budget.
Yeah.
It can be anything. Like
oh, that's a challenge. That's a tip.
a
and
challenge or a tip,
Yeah.
whatever.
Or the one for episode 5, the one for friends and finances.
Oh yeah. Audit your financially
Financially
friends.
audit your friends. It doesn't have to be at anything
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Just something that
Oh.
people don't necessarily think about, but when you put it into perspective, it might actually really help them.
Like even based on what you just said about like when you first started doing business with like I don't know if they were family friends versus now how do you have to change up the style. Like even what I got from that is just not don't do business with family friends, but put your foot down,
Yeah,
set
put
your
your foot
boundaries.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, so anything, it can be anything.
So yeah, besides putting your foot down, because that's one. Another tip would be like really focus on yourself, and then like there's a lot of late I've been getting a lot of imposter syndrome because you can easily like you go on especially Instagram, like
not TikTok. I feel like TikTok is worse.
yeah, okay, like every app apart
like
from
the
like yeah, like there's a lot of imposter syndrome. Like I go on Instagram, I'm like, oh my god, everybody's making it. I know people say Instagram is not real life, but then it's so easy to go on Instagram and you're like, oh, everyone is doing something but me. I think just shut the noise, because
Unfollow if you have to.
like
block if you
unfollow,
have
delete that app even. Like I feel like I get the urge to delete that app on a daily, because you can easily feel like even if you know that you're putting in effort in what you're doing, it's so easy to be like, oh, this person is definitely doing more. And you know, natural selection, this guy had like, you know, a head start and all that. Just by all means delete that noise. I think that would really help people.
And I think also just there's no point even comparing, because like people who have misconceptions about the podcast, they know nothing about the journey. You may look at us and think, oh, we've amoka, or oh, we're doing, but you really know nothing. And everyone is on their own journey. Your journey is so unique. There's no point. One of the things that I do, I literally mostly go on my burner account. I have a fake Instagram. On that fake Instagram, I've followed everything for inspiration. When I go on my Instagram, it's just to post. I don't even scroll. I rarely will you see Amira has viewed your story. Rarely will you see, and that's not because I'm trying to be a snob, but I also know where my mind can go, and because I don't want to get caught in the comparison trap, I don't even allow myself. I rarely will I scroll on my personal one. I've always gone my fake one. I follow no friends there, zero, none. I have just inspiration, because it's true. And especially as women, I don't know why, but we love to compare ourselves, our looks, and unfortunately, the way the world is in marketing and branding, it's designed for you to feel like you need to compare. But all that glitters isn't gold. Quiver and Sweet relationship taught us that. People were saying goals one day. Oh, she was saying he needs to give you a Birkin, $150,000 bag. The next minute, they're out of it. They're not dating. So you really don't know what's going on in the background of people.
Yeah.
Like social media is really just, it can drain your energy. Like you can keep going back, and the more you go back to social media, the more you feel unremarkable by the day, and you're like, there's really nothing special about me. But once you focus and you put in more time, like on yourself.
Yeah. Thanks. That's a nice challenge or a tip.
Yeah.
Any comments? You can't relate.
No. Well,
she can't relate.
I think I said this.
Pauline and Amira.
No, I'm just really nice at, you know, I can really block. Like I am really good at blocking. So yeah, it really helps me even with social media. Like I just see and I'm like, I literally roll my eyes and I'm like, whatever, man. Then I continue.
I really envy people who are like,
I love that. I wish I could do that.
I
Because I can't, I don't even look.
I'm really good at blocking. So I'd say it doesn't affect me much. Of course it does to some extent. Like seeing people, like people my age who are really doing well, it kinda disturbs me. Not disturbs me.
But what
I'm
is doing well?
It's relative. It's really relative. But of course, it will be those things like you have the money to travel like as much as you want. Yeah. You have the money to go out as much as you want. You have the money to eat out as much as you want. To buy kina LV, Gucci, hizo vitu zote. I think that someone who's my age, technically speaking, is quite unfathomable.
But I think we need to also redefine
to afford.
I think we also need to redefine success, just as we close out. Sorry guys, because there's people like rappers who can do all that, but both parents are dead. You know, like there's some things like if you have your family, you're richer than so many people. I look at someone like Meg Thee Stallion, and I remember when that Tory Lanez thing happened, she was talking about how her parents are not here, and I'm like, I know for a fact there's no amount of money, even if she gets to her highest point, her mom and dad are not here to see both of her. She's an orphan. Like there's some things that money cannot necessarily buy. So I think also our generation has to take it upon ourselves to redefine what success is. Look at Tekashi 69. That guy has so much money, but he's tormented in the head. He's always walking around knowing he's snitch, knowing people don't like him. That guy, he's not happy. I can tell you for a fact he's not happy. So also redefine what success is, because success is not just necessarily money. Like that quote we said about money in the other episode.
Yeah. Episode 5.
So don't define yourself by how much you have, or else you'll never be happy. You already have so much.
I can't wait for a time when we won't be remembering these episodes, because right now they're just here. Episode 6, episode 7, because there's so many.
Because they're kidogo.
Yeah, we can't be remembering what we talked about.
I know.
Anyway, guys, I've just looked at the time and I'm like, what?
I know.
Yeah, so we need to
Let's wrap it up, guys.
we need to finish. Yeah, I think we're done. You already said the
Did
challenge.
you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I did.
She was really anxious. She was like, I
was-
can't do this. She was even telling my dad, you're the one with a PhD. Please come and do this.
What's
We
the
actually had
criteria?
so much fun.
Yeah.
I did.
You see, it's not as bad, Cindy. Yeah, we have fun.
I was also scared of you two extroverts. You'd just be talking about me, but like
You're the one who says I'm more
tried.
introverted than
Yeah,
We
but you
tried.
guys did
We tried.
great.
Okay, I still talk a lot, but we tried.
we really tried.
So
yeah.
see you next week. Continue donating to the Changa. Not next week, the other week. You'll have Abi with us. It's been a minute. I'm sure you'll be excited to see her. Thank you for supporting. We love you guys. Tume ota lakini tunaomoka, and you're already amazing. Don't wait.
She wanted to
I want to
say
ding
it.
ding ding.
Oh.
It's
Oh, yeah, we're going to get there. You're already amazing, you're already successful. Don't wait for money to make you successful, or to define who you are. You're already it.
Godspeed.
Tume ota lakini.
Tunamoka.
Ding 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 ding. Bye.
Bye.